Hey guys, I'm Nat.
And I'm Ashton.
And we are the Nerds in Flannel. Welcome back. So,
Hey.
Ashton, we watched a movie the other day.
We did.
What was it?
It was Pink Panther, but without the pink.
Pink Panther Diamonds Forever. Get the reference?
Diamonds Forever? Yeah. It was Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
It
I was going to try to
was.
do something funny there, but I
thought you
couldn't.
had it, but
I thought I had it, but I dropped it. It's okay. It's okay. It's late.
Today, we are joined by our friend Jerome. Say hi, Jerome.
Hey guys,
Welcome to the pod, sir.
Welcome.
His
happy
first
to be
time.
here. Happy to be here.
You never forget your first time, brother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just happy to be here.
There. Now you're like, there's a list of people who've been on. You're on that list now.
Yeah.
You get like
Go.
you get 0.001% of everything we make. So nothing.
Yeah.
It's all good.
But if you want us to make something, check out our Patreon.
Patreon
Was that an
/
early plug? That was an early plug, sir.
Hey, but that was kind of like a good plug.
That was a good plug.
Was like
It's natural.
natural plug.
Natural plug. Yeah. And if we want to plug more things, check out our Patreon. Nerds and Flannel.
And check out our Instagram at Nerds and Flannel Podcast. And email us at nerdsflannelpodcast@gmail.com if you have any suggestions or questions.
And we have personal Instagrams and stuff too. I guess you guys can check out if you really want to.
Yeah, if you know us.
If you know us, hit us up.
They're out there somewhere.
They're out there somewhere.
So Jerome, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a great Marvel fan, so talking about Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is something I'm really, really excited about because Marvel has been in a weird situation currently, and I was really hoping that they would be like picking it up with this movie, because if they didn't, I would be really, really disappointed. But personally, I think they delivered. I think the movie was really good. What about you guys?
I thought it was okay. There are few Marvel movies these days, kind of like what Jerome was alluding to, where things have kind of been in a bit of a slump.
Indeed,
there are
indeed.
few Marvel movies that make me feel something. And holy crap.
Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness.
This is I know this is about Black Panther, but Multiverse of Madness is actually good. I don't know what you guys are saying. It's actually good.
Hey, who said it wasn't?
This guy.
Besides Jerome.
And
It was really slow.
It was
really slow.
okay.
It was really, really slow.
It was a good comic book movie. I'll put it that way.
Jerome,
Check out our review on
do
that,
you
by
read
the
the
way. Another
comics?
plug.
I do sometimes. Not all of them. I haven't read all of them, but I've trying to keep up with the comics.
So you're above some other people.
Yeah, I have
okay.
read some of the comics. Wait, before we get into Black Panther, I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Thor: Love and Thunder?
Ooh. Well.
A mess.
A bit of a mess. We did a really good review on that.
We did a
actually.
really good review.
Really?
Yeah.
Go to that episode.
Go to that episode.
Heck yeah.
Another plug.
Another plug. Yeah, no. Yeah, it was a bit of a mess. But overall, I think, and some of the other stuff like TV shows to come out this year was a bit of a mess. But overall, I would say Wakanda Forever redeemed everything. Redeemed Marvel in 2022. I don't know. Is that a hot take?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Obviously, the sequel to Black Panther. For those who don't know, I didn't like the first Black Panther.
He really didn't.
I really didn't. Now, it's not because I'm racist or anything, like people are saying. Yeah, people
There are
call me
multiple
racist.
reasons why you can dislike a movie.
Yes. I felt like it looked not as great as other movies.
The CGI was questionable.
CGI
was questionable.
Crazy.
What's it called? The plot was very predictable. Very predictable.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the best acting. Only people who are good was like Michael B. Jordan. Okay, I was gonna sound like a douche saying this. Chadwick Boseman was not good in Black Panther.
He was amazing in Civil War.
Civil War, he was way better in
Infinity
Civil
War and Endgame.
I know. I'm the guy with hot takes. What can I say?
Why would you say that?
It didn't feel like, okay, so coming from Civil War, he was so good in that. He was like my favorite character in that movie. So I was like,
And that's
yeah.
about Spider-Man.
Black Panther's gonna be so good. And then he's just like, okay. I mean, he wasn't bad. He was just not.
Okay.
He was like,
Okay.
it was like, it's like he was terrible. He was so good. I mean, like I felt like it was a like departure from Civil War, which is very good. Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace, was a very good actor. Like he's been in a lot of other things. He was in Draft Day, which is a smaller movie. 42 as Jackie Robinson, but I felt like just him in his own Black Panther movie was, not that great. But I'm not the only one who doesn't like Black Panther. I know a few other people who don't like it.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I enjoyed it. I'm not the biggest fan. I had some I had some things that bothered me about the story overall, what they did with some of the characters, and of course, the CGI was a little crazy.
Yeah. But do you have another point?
Well, no, I was gonna segue, but if you have something else,
I was gonna segue too.
Okay. However, this movie.
Yeah, this movie's really good.
This movie's really good. Wow.
Good segue.
On fire with the segue, bro.
Simpatico right there.
Your co-host win.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, this movie was very well made.
It was.
I think the first 5 minutes really pulled you into the movie.
100%.
With the death. Okay, spoiler alert.
Is it really a spoiler though?
Well, he dies in real life.
He dies in real life. We all kind of knew he wasn't making it to this movie.
The introduction of the movie.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So let's take time to talk about it.
Okay, spoiler alert. From now on,
Yeah.
We don't do spoiler-free reviews. Because you can't do it justice.
Yeah.
Can't do it justice.
Jerome, why don't you tell us the first 5 minutes?
First 5 minutes was
everything till the credits. Everything till like.
the change. Okay, so technically, what happened is they really touched base on Chadwick's death. So they had Shuri, which is Chadwick's and T'Challa's sister. She was trying to figure out the cure for T'Challa's sickness, and then she was really distraught. She was really she was freaking out. She was really stressed during that situation.
Oh gosh, gonna cry again.
Oh, it hit so hard.
We looked at each other and
We're like, oh no.
Yeah, I went with my sister. No, I was so close to crying. I looked to my left. I see her just bawling her eyes out.
I turned up to the end, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. So then later on, one of the guards come in and realized that told Shuri that T'Challa passed away. Or it was the mom. It was the mom, right? Yeah, the mom. The mom came in and told Shuri.
Angela Bassett.
Amazing.
She told her that T'Challa passed away, and then, boom, the beginning. The title shows Black Panther.
It was just Chadwick Boseman though.
It was just Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, for the intro.
No music.
No music.
I remember that. I remember that.
They purplified it.
It really just brings you in.
Yeah.
Brings you in
It
at
was
the beginning.
Really good. I think that people were. Sorry. People were like questioning what they're gonna do with it because he's dead and like what happens next. I think that this is a perfect way. I love the fact that they didn't bring in like CGI Chadwick Boseman because I think that's a whole different discussion. But I think you should just leave them be. You know what I mean? But this is a very good way of killing the character off, but also paying tribute to the actor who he was. How many movies was he in the MCU?
In the MCU, he was only in
Civil War
and the Avengers movies.
Infinity Endgame.
So and his own.
So
he was in he was in
4 or
4
5?
movies. Yeah.
So that's a good amount of movies.
It's a good amount of movies.
Not even talking about like his movies in the past.
I know.
Like not even the MCU. He was in that like acting scene for a long time.
He was.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. I mean, because in real life he passed away from cancer, which sucks. But in the movie, this is actually something that I appreciated was that they didn't try to put a story behind the reason of his death. Like I know some people were speculating like, oh, he's gonna die because of like some like snap related illness or crap like that or whatever. But I think that just would have made it a little too much, a little too cheesy. And I kind of like how they're just like, oh, he's sick and he's gone, just because the audience coming into this movie, being as it's a special case of it being a Marvel movie where everyone who's watching it knows what happens already or what happens to Chadwick. We just kind of know like, okay, T'Challa's not going to be in this one. He's dead. And they just did that scene justice by like not over storifying it.
Yeah, it was really good. People get sick, people die right away. It's sad, but it's
sad.
true because he got sick pretty quickly and then passed away. So thanks, Chadwick. Thank you.
Yeah, rest in peace, brother.
Let's move it along. wait. We gotta do this for the for a thumbnail. Okay, okay, everyone. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Wakanda forever. Okay. Thank you. That was good.
Wow.
I love it. You guys knew exactly what I was thinking of. I
Yeah.
love that. What should we talk about now? Now that we talked about the first 5 minutes, we don't usually go through the entire movie. We just like say parts.
Let's talk about the actors.
Actors. But do you have? Can you pop up a list? Because I forget some of their names.
Okay.
Okay. So Chadwick Boseman, obviously Black Panther.
And
With
Angela
Tita-
Bassett.
Angela Bassett as his mom. I don't remember her name.
The Queen.
Queen.
She was Ramonda.
Ramonda.
Yeah.
And then with Letitia Wright.
Is Shuri.
Shuri.
British
Tinoch Huerta was Namor,
Namor.
which we'll talk about in a sec. Dominique Thorne was Ironheart or Riri Williams. Is it Riri?
Riri.
Riri. Who else we got here? Oh, Okoye. Denai Gura. Man, I'm sorry.
We love
Well,
butchering
when you realize that she's been in more Marvel than like Chadwick has,
Yeah.
because yeah, Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. And then Nakia. You know what? I'll let you embarrass
Oh,
yourself. with the
Lupita
names.
Nyong'o. I
Yeah,
know how to
you
say
got
that one.
You
Lupita
got that one.
Nyong'o.
Yeah.
With some Duke.
Martin Freeman is Everett K. Ross.
The token white guy in the movie.
The white guy in the movie. Oh, Lake Bell was in this. Actually, that's a fun little tidbit.
Yes. Do
Um,
you know who Lake Bell is, Jerome?
It doesn't ring a bell.
okay, so Lake Bell, she's been featured in a bunch of TV shows. I'm trying to remember. There's this one that I was watching with my parents a while back that she was in with. Oh yeah, Bless This Mess. She was in that with. I forget the dude's name. But it was a pretty fun show. And she also has another Marvel Easter egg because she worked as the voice actress for Black Widow in What If.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
So she actually, and she like some people like really thought that it was Scarlett Johansson. She kind of has like a very similar
It sounds a similar.
voice.
Yeah,
It's
she
not
was
the same
she was that
tone,
Asian
though.
who died
Yeah, that's fair.
in the helicopter when
Yeah.
Namor took
Yeah.
her down. Yeah.
So yeah, no, I was actually like really surprised.
He
and
know
I-
he told me right away. He's like, yo, I think that's Lake Bell.
It's like yo, that's Lake Bell.
Whoa, good
Yo,
catch.
that's
I
Lake
didn't
Bell.
catch that.
Yeah.
Also, I knew her because she's a New Girl, my favorite TV show.
Oh.
Yeah,
She's
I
like in
don't
3
know what
episodes.
that
She's like in
is.
2 episodes.
yeah.
Actually, I think it's 1 episode.
2 episodes?
I think she's like in 1 episode from New Girl.
How many episodes are there?
A New Girl?
Yeah.
Under 100. It's not me. It was only 6.
Good show though. Good show.
It's my favorite TV show of all time.
Yeah.
It's a little raunchy, but you know.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Lake Bell was in that. I thought that was a fun little like Easter egg for people that like know, and she's also a
We're
really great
nerds.
actress, so that worked out. But yeah, in terms of like best performances,
Oh, favorite performance. Go.
M'Baku. I loved M'Baku. The man-ape, bro. He will always be my favorite character.
Wait,
I don't know the actor's name. I'm sorry.
let's get it.
Winston Duke.
Winston Duke, yeah.
Winston
Oh yeah,
Winston
yeah, it is
Duke.
Winston
Oh,
Duke.
right,
Actually, fun fact: Winston Duke also, if you listen to our "What You Watching" pods, there was this free like Spotify produced Batman like radio sort of like theater show. And Winston Duke
Batman
did the voice
Unburied?
for Batman on that.
Unburied.
Batman Unburied.
It's so good. Let's go. He's one of us. One of us.
The actors' voices are so good.
Yeah, so that
Oh my
yeah,
God,
that's
so
M'Baku.
good.
Winston Duke, and yeah, just amazing. So shout out to that. If you're into DC, I thought he did a good job.
Even if you're not, it's just really good.
It's just really good voice acting and pretty stacked cast.
Ashton, your favorite performance.
Angela Bassett, 100%.
I was gonna say, let's go. Simpatico.
Same mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, man, Angela Bassett.
She's good at most things.
She's been in most things, and honestly, I'm surprised. Like, she didn't blow me away in any of the other things she's been in. Because she was in the first Black Panther, and she was also in like not Angela Bassett as an actress because she's amazing, but like as this character as Ramonda. She was in Civil War too, right? I forget, or maybe she wasn't.
No, it
Okay.
was Dad. It was a dad.
It was okay, yeah. So she didn't blow me away in the first Black Panther movie.
No one did.
No, Mic drop. Michael B.
I'm
Jordan.
just kidding. Michael B.
Hot
Jordan was
take.
good. Michael B. Jordan was really good. I
Yeah.
can't say nothing bad about Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah. So Angela Bassett, she just like she was acting her butt off, dude. I like anytime she was on screen, I was like, oh, I'm in for a treat.
Dude,
right
she was like
now.
yelling every scene and getting like crying every scene, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I could see her veins on her neck.
know.
Yeah, she was like really getting into it.
passionate.
Yeah.
And when you think about like the characters, she just lost her husband just a few years ago. And then also, they're still recovering from the blip. And then also, she just
T'Challa.
lost her son. So you think about all the losses that Wakanda has taken. and that she's taken and having to go up as queen again, kind of an interim role and all this stuff. And it's just like, oh my gosh, poor woman, poor person here.
You know who is exactly like that? One of the characters, but did dirty so far later on, was Thor.
Yeah.
They did Thor. Thor was so good. He lost everything. He lost his people. He lost his best friend. He lost his family. Lost his brother. And then he was like peak Thor was Infinity War.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden they just turned it into a comedic act in Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just like, I thought Fat Thor was also. This is going off topic, but Fat Thor was very funny. But it was a good mix.
It was.
But they just completely threw him in the trash in Love and Thunder. I don't know. I was just kind of like annoyed with that because he was such a good character during Infinity War. Like that was peak Thor. Then all of a sudden he's just terrible now.
And it's interesting because, like, you know, you see a lot of people go through grief differently. Mm-hmm. And I know, like, some people, and Thor was, like, one of the examples of some people who, like, turn to, like, you know, bad habits as their kind of escape. So, like, he was drinking beer, playing video games, and that's how he turned into Fat Thor. And, you know, you kind of, like, get the sense in Endgame that, you know, that's what he's been, like, really investing in since he killed Thanos. And it's like, yeah, okay, this is, like, depression at its peak. And then, you know, you see someone like Angela Bassett, like Ramonda's character, and it's just like she's funneling all that hurt and passion into sort of kind of keeping Wakanda safe and keeping her daughter safe. And it's like when she lost it after Shuri was like kidnapped,
oh my,
that was like I think that was my favorite scene with her.
When Okoye was
was
from being general,
promoted to civilian.
I'm like, oh shoot.
It's like, oh shoot. It's like, holy crap. This is like peak. I don't know. What did you think? Anything specific about?
what was your favorite?
Okay, it's Angela Bassett, but I'm gonna switch it just because I can because it's our pod. Who cares? Letitia Wright.
Okay.
Shuri did an amazing job. I know taking the mantle for Black Panther was actually a thing that she didn't want to do. Like her, like the actual, like Letitia Wright didn't want to do that. But I think the way that they did it, and the way that she did it out of anger more than anything, because you know there's a whole scene which I want to have a separate talk on. Whole scene that really set that up for her to have this full arc as a character. And sets up future movies, which I'm super excited for.
Yeah.
Black Panther 3, No Way to Wakanda. I don't know.
Wakanda 3, or what? No, Black Panther 3, Love and Thunder.
No.
Ragnarok. Black Panther Ragnarok. I don't know.
Dude, I always forget that Love and Thunder is the fourth Thor movie.
I know, it's so weird.
It's bad.
Kind of forgettable.
So what this? Yeah, it is.
Yikes.
I haven't seen it since I saw it. I saw it 2 days in a row. So
Yeah.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
I went to the premiere night, and then
I dragged him with me.
I always go watch Marvel movies I have a group of friends with my sister. There's like a group of 5 of us, including me and my sister, that we always go watch opening night for the Marvel movies.
Wait, do you go the Friday night or the Thursday night?
We went Friday night.
The rookies. The rookies.
No, because we were supposed
I'm
to
kidding.
go.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
We were supposed to go Thursday night, but my sister, she had an event that she forgot about, so we couldn't go. But I remember when we were watching during the opening night for Friday, when Shuri was said, "In Bombay."
Oh, dude,
I
popped off.
Yo, well, the theater went insane. It went ballistic, bro. Like I joined in because I was just like so passionate about the movie because it was just so good. I said "In Bombay," and then everyone started laughing in the theater, and then she said it again, and then everyone just joined me with the second chant.
Yo.
It was the
Let's
coolest.
go!
It was the
Theater.
coolest experience ever.
I'm a little sad. Our theater was not it.
It was just you and me.
It was like us, but there were like no, there's still a lot of other people there. It wasn't like packed because we saw it at like 3 in the afternoon.
Oh yeah,
We got
bro,
one of
you
the
gotta
first-
watch at night.
One of the first showings in BC, bro.
Yeah, it was one of the
But
first.
you gotta pick a good like time.
Well, normally we
everyone.
would.
No, we went. I had a dinner before that.
But yeah.
Oh, okay, that's
But
fine.
we also like when the first one to see it. So
No.
Yeah, exactly.
no big deal.
Yeah.
No big deal.
I mean, like I saw Endgame at like 12 p.m. and my theater popped off during that. Like it was crazy. But and it was at the same theater and everything. And then, you know, we went to this at 3 and it's like, you know, it is starting to get a little later and it's like freak.
I saw Endgame the Wednesday night.
I watch Endgame like opening night. Like
Dang.
I would like the first showing. My sister and I, we literally like said we are not missing this movie for opening night. I think we did D-Box as well because oh my gosh,
Worth the money.
it was so worth it. Like the crowd was insane. Just having those theater, you buy tickets
For the experience.
for the experience.
Yeah, exactly.
I know some people that have even gone to a movie theater just because like they wait for it. They wait for it on like Disney Plus or something to watch it. But you go to a movie theater for the experience.
For the experience.
A man of taste.
There we go. He knows what's up.
Dude, let's go watch a movie sometime, man.
No, seriously. Like next Marvel movie, we'll go watch.
Which is the next one?
The next one, is it Quantumania?
Is it?
Yo,
That's
imagine
early next year, right?
Kang, or even Avatar.
Okay.
Avatar.
Oh, we're going
going.
opening. We're
We're
going
going.
opening.
Opening.
We're going
Pull up.
Thursday. We're going to Thursday.
Did you already book tickets?
No, we
Is it
can't
you
buy
come
them
out?
yet.
We can buy that. Okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
We can probably Thursday like at midnight or something.
Something like that.
3-hour movie at midnight.
Oh, it's so long. It's gonna be so worth it though.
Yeah,
I hope so.
100%.
We're going IMAX. We gotta go IMAX, right?
Yeah, we have to.
Oh, 100%.
I'll pay the $25 for a ticket,
It's for the experience.
For the experience.
Experience.
and then you pay like double that on popcorn.
Speaking of experience,
Back to the movie.
yeah. So I don't know. Should we just dive into that? Okay. So actually, no. Let's talk about Riri quickly. Let's talk about Riri. So what I found interesting, I looked this up after, and Dominique Thorne. That's her
Sure,
name, right?
Sure,
Dominique?
bro.
Dominic Thorne.
Dominique. It's a key.
Dominique?
It's a key. Y.
I don't know how to English, bro. So she actually was in the running to play Shuri
Oh, for
originally.
Actually, I knew that.
And
real?
obviously she didn't get the role, but I think she was like amazing in
I
this
think
role
she
as
put-
Ironheart.
Ironheart's really good.
Yeah, you know, I was actually kind of because Marvel announced that they wanted to do an Ironheart series, and if you're into the comics and you kind of know who Ironheart is, she's I want to say she's like another Iron person. She's not Tony Stark by any means,
But she met Tony Stark in the comics.
but she has like, you know, kind of like Miles Morales to Peter Parker,
Yeah.
kind of similar to like that dichotomy. She's like,
Yeah.
you know, the next kind of Iron Man, Iron Woman, I don't know, Ironheart. So yeah, no, I thought she was terrific in this role. I think too, like, I was a little concerned because I wasn't sure, like, you know, they just have this idea for a TV show. How are they gonna like naturally bring her into the MCU? Especially since like, are they gonna do it through like Rhodey or like Armor Wars or what?
Cool.
Yeah, it would have been, but I think this was much cooler. How they kind of had her as like, you know, this really nerdy college kid who was able to figure out how to track vibranium, and then all of a sudden, you know, just the tie-in with like Namor and everything. I thought that was genius.
Yeah.
I was really afraid at first, not gonna lie.
Okay.
The way they introduced her, I was afraid to the fact that knowing friends that aren't too well known with the Marvel universe, that they would find her as super annoying.
Yeah.
Because there are some characters that they can introduce in certain Marvel movies that like appeal to like a certain crowd. To like for us, like, because we know, like, we read the comics about, I don't know, I read Ironheart.
Me too.
Yeah.
And then so I just got super excited when I first saw her. But I know like people that didn't know her could be like, oh, who is this little girl? She's kind of annoying, you know? So she just thinks she's like all better than everyone sometimes. But no, I just love the way they introduced her. It was just super cool. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I was dying of laughter with the whole Okoye and Ironheart scene.
Dude, she
where
was
she
so
said
funny.
like her head was like really ashy. Dude, I was dying. I was dying of laughter. It was so funny.
It was great, dude.
Yeah, I love that.
Dude. And just to have Riri in here now, it's just like there's something so nice about it. I don't know. I'm loving it. I was a little concerned about how things were going in the MCU, but I'm kind of hyped about where things have landed in terms of these characters. At least there's still some other complaints I have, but
What did you think about Ironheart?
Okay, no, give me back. Give this back. No, Ironheart was awesome. I love the way in the comics. Sorry, let me restart. In the comics, it's Ironheart who actually teams up with Iron Man at the beginning. But I love that this is the way that because Shuri was also compared to Iron Man, who's smarter type of thing. So it's perfect that Shuri's kind of mentor for what's her actual name? Riri. Sorry, Riri. And I think that works really well because technically Spider-Man took her place in the MCU, which I think is way better. But that's just my opinion. But Ironheart was really good in this movie. I'm excited to see like what happens in Secret Armor Wars?
Armor Wars or in Ironheart.
Yeah.
Well, yo, if she pulls up in Armor Wars, do you know is she supposed to?
She must.
She has to, I guess.
She must.
That'd be so dope. I'm like, because wait, it just got turned into a movie, right? Like from a TV show, it's now like gonna be a movie.
Ironheart's gonna be a movie?
No, Armor Wars.
Oh, wasn't that always a movie?
No, it was a TV show at first, and now I think they're doing it as a movie.
They better.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. Like I hope that, and I think the way that they left it is a good segue into her own show.
Yeah,
because she knows sort of what she wants to have. She's already built a prototype armor. She's built the armor in Wakanda. Obviously, she doesn't get to keep it. Spoiler alert, which we're already way past spoilers. But yeah, I'm pretty hyped to see kind of how things launch off, and she has like enough like of a backbone now because of this movie.
Yeah,
where I think it's a great launching point into her own series.
Okay, boys, let's talk about something wet. Namor.
Yep.
Why did I say it like that?
Boys, it's time to get moist.
That's worse. That's worse.
I had to one up you somehow.
It's time to hop into the deep end and talk about Namor. There, that's better. There you go. Namor, played by what's his name?
Let me pull it up again.
It's like something Hurta.
Yeah.
Oh, Tanakh Hurta. Sure.
Something like that.
Really good.
Really good.
People like say that people compare Namor to Aquaman. And my thing is like he's way cooler than Aquaman.
Yeah.
I think so too.
I think so
too.
Dude, he can fly. Can Aquaman
He
fly?
got wings on his ankles.
Yeah, he's got like it's like the do you know how like in that one Mario game it's like the sneakers with like the
yeah.
He's got the Mario sneakers.
So good.
Yahoo! So I think that he was done very well. That served a message of the story, but also served a message for like political things. I don't want to get into that, but it's like it's obviously in there. You can't escape it. Namor was really good, especially like the lore and the hint of him coming to other movies.
Oh my god! When he introducing Namor into the Black Panther was super cool.
Yeah,
like the way that there was a cargo ship. It's another spoiler, but we don't care. They were going into a cargo ship, and then we just saw like all like Talokan, the army, just singing, and I was like, dude. I generally thought it was Wakandans for some reason.
Dude, that was scary.
And then I was like, am I in a horror movie? I was like, what is going on?
Honestly,
but when they popped up like the army, I was like, fish people. I thought it was just fish people, but I was like, wait, it's the Talokan. I was just like, it just clicked in my head like right away. And then when I saw him, I was like, oh my gosh. He looks so good. Yeah, I love his design. Yeah. He looks so sick.
Yeah. No, when we were first introduced, honestly, I was just vibing with the song. I didn't really register that it was part of the movie at first. I was just like going along with it like, oh, yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, people are jumping off ship. Okay, these are sirens of some kind. Something like that.
What do they call it? It was like, I forgot what it was called.
Hypnotizing, but with ears.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Ashton, this is why we need to bring no pets to the movie theater next time.
Yeah, we do. We're gonna be those guys.
The first movie, you go to the first movie you guys watch, and then you just enjoy it. Then you go to another time, then you write notes.
Ooh, okay.
I might just bring it.
Yeah, I need to leave.
Not good.
Could be better. The best movie.
Fishman. Let's get wet. No,
Wait a minute.
Hold up.
That's not the first time I heard that.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, dude, incredible introduction.
Absolutely.
And you know, I think even compared to Aquaman, again, he's way cooler. You can't even really compare them. Like he has a completely different like backstory. He has a completely different sort of like thing about him. And he's just way cooler.
Because Namor that we see in the movie is a Namor in the comics. The Aquaman we see in the movies is way different from in the comics.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a beard. He doesn't have long hair. He's blonde.
They tried to make him look cool, even though Aquaman, like, honestly, he is pretty cool in the newer stuff. But when he was first introduced, it was just like, oh, hey, here's a guy with fish powers. It's like...
And we won't even talk about the CGI for that movie.
Yeah, no kidding, eh?
Do you know how like everyone's like, what superpower would you have? No one says fish powers.
Yeah, wow,
It's
people
one,
know that.
bro. Imagine if we made a movie, but about a superhero who has, like, these fish powers. Like, bro.
Talk to fish.
Talk to fish. Get friendly with fish.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop there. Yeah, no. But Namor is just like, you know, there's this whole other thing about him, and obviously, like in the comics, they both share Atlantis and stuff.
Yeah.
Did they refer to this place as Atlantis in this movie?
They did.
did.
They did.
Okay, yeah.
I think they said Atlantic Ocean, but I feel like because it was just
can't
showing
remember.
the whole place. I don't know. I can't remember. Either.
Yeah.
Let's just say it's.
You just
Let's,
watch it again.
let's call it Atlantis.
Let's call it Atlantis. They had it. I think they had like another name. They called it more often. But yeah, no. Honestly, it was a really great introduction. And the water. Can we talk about the water for a second?
The water sims.
Okay, so the CGI.
I
I lost too. The CGI. Nat's talked about this before in past episodes.
Because I love water sims.
but water sims are so hard to do. It's so hard to animate. That's why, like, you know, we're looking forward to the next Avatar.
Dude, I'm telling you, Avatar 2. I'm looking at the camera when I say this. Avatar 2 is going to have the best CGI we have seen in our lifetime.
Hopefully.
No, this is not wood.
No,
No, I'm kidding. No, like the CGI for the water in this movie was way better than anything we've seen in the DCEU. Way better than
100%.
anything we've seen in the MCU previous. But there's been better water sims in other movies.
Even to animate people's hair moving in the water. Like, Christopher Nolan is actually kind of notoriously known for not wanting to do a lot of like water scenes.
I get it.
And whenever he has to do a water scene or a scene where, you know, someone's hair has to blow around, he always like he tries to get people to do like to put their stuff in like a hair tie of some kind, or, you know, wear a hat or something, just because he wants to use as little CGI as possible.
Yeah.
So there's even CGI involved in like that aspect of like trying to get people's hair to wave around. And this movie just made it look so seamless.
Absolutely.
It was so amazing. And just seeing the whole, when the music hit, when we first saw Atlantis, and
Let's
seeing
go.
the whole
Let's go.
landscape of or seascape, waterscape of everything, I was like, bro, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna start crying.
so good.
It's amazing. I felt like something. This movie made me feel things, boys.
That's good. It's a movie. It's supposed to
It's
be
a movie. It's
feelings.
supposed to. Yeah, no, it was incredible how they introduced that with
Yeah.
like, and the work that they put in. And considering that this movie, they had like last minute changes made to it.
Yeah.
Namor
They
was a
did.
last minute change, because after Chadwick's death in 2020, they had like another script ready to go, and it was going to focus more on like Chadwick trying to like figure out the whole king part of what he was doing, because he just, the first movie was more focused on him, you know, showing that he's like worthy of the title.
Yeah.
And the next one was going to be him going through, you know, actually being king and what that means.
Honestly, I don't think that would have worked too much. It's just
Yeah.
a little too similar because of everything in the first movie, and plus it's a trope that people are kind of sick of. So
Yeah.
I'm glad they changed it. Not gonna, yeah. Unfortunately, it's for different.
Unfortunately, it
reasons.
was for that reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's awesome that like how soon they're able to get the writing nailed down, which is like excellent, right?
Writing
Now,
a movie's hard, man.
It's hard, and
We're trying.
to change up all the pre-viz. Like pre-viz usually takes about 2 years for people to
Yeah.
get things right.
What is pre-viz, Ashton?
Well, pre-visualization is the process of them pretty much pre-animating certain scenes before they shoot it, so that they know how they want it to look.
Yeah.
And the way that they do it is through like through doing an early version of the CGI that they're going to
Yeah.
use.
Exactly.
So it takes a toll on people, and for people to do that from working from home.
Yeah, no. Actually, some people, when COVID was a thing, when they were doing previs, they actually like shot like okay, I forgot what movie it was, but this
Oh,
this
they
person,
did this for Boba or for Mandalorian season 3. I think,
yes,
yeah,
but I'm talking about something else.
for another movie.
No, there was a movie. They were trying to like stage, like staging is like where the people walk and stuff, and it was like a fight scene, right? So this person, the stunt coordinator for previs, got like his kids and his wife, and go and like rehearsed it in their house, so they can get like the previs of this fight scene. And it was so funny because he like punched his, look how he punched his kids and stuff. It was kind of funny, but off topic. But that's what previs is.
Yeah.
Also, they do it. Some people just shoot it on their phones.
Yeah, some people do.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times, and the way that Marvel does a lot of it is they'll do like they'll get a rough copy, and even in the behind the scenes of like No Way Home, they had a copy of some stunt people already working on like the fight against like Spider-Man and Green Goblin at the end of the movie, and then they'll bring that into like animation and motion capture and everything, and it's like this really long process. And yeah, usually it takes about 2 years even for that. Like Endgame and Infinity War started like way back in 2015 in order for them to get it out the way that they were able to.
You would have to.
And that's when Age of Ultron dropped.
Yeah.
And that was like even before, like it was after Winter Soldier. It was before Civil War. Wow. It was like all this stuff like that they had to start work on. And obviously like scripts change and everything, so they have to go back and do other, and people die. But for them to do pretty much redo a whole movie within 2 years and to have it as this quality is like actually insane.
Well, I think the reason they wanted to do this well, just because Chadwick did pass away, and I think that isn't it cool that one of the best movies is a movie of people with color?
Yeah.
It's. I mean, I've been notorious for saying that like it doesn't really matter to me, but it's just cool. It's cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People say, "Nah, do you like Shang-Chi?" And then I'm like, "No, I don't." And they're like, "Whoa, aren't you Chinese?" I'm like, "So?" It's true. People have said that to me.
Well, yeah, when you get to kind of a level of a movie buff, a movie is a movie, and a good one's a good one, and a bad one's a bad one.
Yeah.
But the
Like,
subtle nuances in it make it what it is as well.
We're really snobby about it sometimes.
Yeah, we can be very snobby. But this movie, it was just the whole identity of the movie and the whole, writing of the movie and the whole, like, everything, all the work put in. And the tragedy behind the movie, too, I think really did the whole thing justice for them to be able to make something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, incredible.
Okay. Let's talk about.
Segue into one thing. I have a
Oh,
question
all
for
right.
you too.
Okay.
All right.
I like it.
How did Shuri become Black Panther? How did she become Black Panther?
Do you want to take this or?
You take it.
I'll take this mic. Oh, it's a good mic. Okay, so, you know how in the first movie there's like this herb that you drink. I can't remember what it's called.
Purple herb.
The purple herb. Is that what it's called?
Heart-shaped herb. What am I saying?
Heart-shaped
herb. What am I saying?
herb. So you drink it, and then it like teaches you the what's it the
ancestors.
the land of the ancestors, something like that. Man, it's like I've never seen this movie. It takes you there.
You did hate the first movie.
It's
though.
true. It takes you there, and it, like you talk to the ancestors who's gone before you to give you wisdom about like being the Black Panther and everything. Mm-hmm. Actually, I want to talk about the scene, so this is good. I like to segue. Simpatico. There you go. Shuri drinks the herb. No, first she makes it. It's kind of like this big scene. It's hard to remake. Mm-hmm. And she drinks it, and she goes to the plane of the ancestors. Mm-hmm. Sure, we're calling it the plane of the ancestors now. And you think she's gonna? Oh, actually, we didn't talk about what happened previously. So Ramonda dies.
Oh yeah.
The queen dies. So I wish I said that.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, I'm joking.
We can
Yeah. So you think it's gonna be her mom who passed away just early, like legit 15 minutes before this scene, but guess who it is? It's Eric Killmonger.
What? Oh,
Let's go!
Oh my gosh!
And so he says that like, let's be real, you want to kill him out of anger. You don't want to kill him for justice or anything. And I think that's really good because this is a character that bested her brother and died. He kind of won. Even in death, he won because he set up a divide in the kingdom. It was the Queen of says that before, like when Killmonger took over, you followed him and didn't come to save us. Yeah, so I thought
that to Okoye.
Yeah, I thought that was really good, and Yeah, and that sets up the whole final battle for her with Namor, and she drinks the herb. She comes down, and she's Bombay, and it was the coolest thing. It was the coolest thing. So there you go, Ashley. What do you? Any thoughts?
Yeah, honestly, I was actually kind of getting a little ready to hate on the movie a bit because I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a trope. They set everything up perfectly for, for friggin' Shuri to become the next Black Panther, because if she has to visit the ancestral plane, obviously she's going to meet up with her mother, because, they're not casting what's his face that was her dad, because she had no real connection to her dad in any of the movies. And obviously they can't do anything with Chadwick unless they CGI resurrect him, in which case that's also going to be a little trippy.
I'm so glad they didn't do that.
I'm so glad they didn't do that. So I was like, well, obviously, this death had to happen. So I was just like waiting for it. I was like, okay, this movie was great, but now it's kind of like going down a bit. And then, the camera pans, and who the frick is it? It's friggin' Michael B. Jordan, baby.
He's on the throne.
Looking fashionable.
Ring of fire.
In all white.
He looks so good.
In that fur. And it's just like, holy crap, they friggin' bamboozled us. It's like they knew that there would be people like me sitting there that would be like, boo. But it's like, nope. And he's a fan favorite too. So they had to bring him back somehow, right?
Yeah.
And like for him to be like in his makeup and everything again with all the scars and
the dreads, bro.
The dreads. He's been training to play, or like he's been training for the next Creed. So obviously he has the builds. Creed 3, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'm excited.
Yes, and it was incredible. It was an incredible scene, and also the fact that her Black Panther costume was golds and black, and seeing as Killmonger's was gold and black, it really like brings that together when you see her suit up, and it's like, oh my gosh, she's Killmonger now. It's like, oh man,
perfect.
It
literally brought the movie together.
It did,
because a lot of them were pretty predictable in part of the movies, and then all of a sudden he just shows up, and I was like to my sister, I'm like, it's Killmonger. Oh, sorry. It's Killmonger. I was like, whoa.
Let's go.
I wish we were in a theater that was popping off more, because holy crap, like the amount of people that would have screamed was just like.
Some dude just yelled, "What?" in our theater. It was so funny.
I love that. Yeah, and even his performance in What If was also like he did pretty good in that too. I was happy to see him back somehow. I knew that they had like, obviously after Chadwick died, there had to be some kind of way for him to be able to come back, and this worked out really well.
So good.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Ramonda's death.
Yeah.
No segue. We're just doing it.
She died a hero.
Namor attacks Wakanda, and it's kind of flooding everything, and he floods like the palace. What's it called? The throne room that Ramonda and Riri are in,
which looked epic.
Yeah,
by the way.
Dude.
Okay, that was one of the very heavy like CGI scenes for me. Like
it's
the
still
whole
kind of
throne
good.
room.
It still pretty good.
It still looked pretty good because of the water.
Yeah. So he floods it, and they both like go down. They fall. It's a tower, so they fall down, and Riri's knocked out, and Ramonda sees this, and she swims down and saves her, and then the scene cuts. Then Shuri and Okoye walks in first and sees that Namor's there, and he's like, "I'm gonna drown Wakanda. I'm gonna bring my whole army back, and you're gonna die." And we see that Ramonda's passed out. She's face down in the water. And
Riri is as well.
Riri's up. She's in the water, but she's faced up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's faced up.
So, and as soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh crap.
It's like,
oh
she
no.
gone.
And she dies. Obviously, Riri lives, and she's like, she treated me like I was her daughter. And I think that was a really good character moment for her. Rwanda, like she lost everything. She literally lost everything, and now she's like, if I can save, I don't know if this is my logic, but I'm saying if she could save this part, the Iron Heart. Oh, I know. If she could save this, then it's gonna be okay. And that gave Riri motivation, because she was like, she treated me like a daughter, and that gave her motivation to become like an honorary Wakandan, and I think that led to motivation for her in the battle at the end.
And it also kind of showed her more as like the Christ figure of the movie, because you know in a lot of movies you have like all these different like figures, and obviously you'd expect like the hero to be the Christ figure, like the main hero. And in this case, you know, we're thinking like, oh, Shuri somehow, but you know, you kind of see her sacrifice her life for Riri.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Nothing happens without that character.
yeah,
So, Andrew Bassett, thank you for serving us in the MCU.
Thank you.
I'm sure we'll see you again somewhere. but-
hopefully.
Yeah, ancestral planes.
Yeah,
Ancestral
yeah,
planes, yeah. And honestly, like I wasn't expecting it. It kind of came out of left fields.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, so is it gonna be that, you know, Ramonda's still gonna be the ruler of Wakanda and Shuri's gonna be the Black Panther? Obviously, she's probably a little too old to be getting in that suit
Yeah.
and running around as Black Panther, even with like the herbs and everything.
The
And
steroids.
the steroids, the roids.
The ancestral roids.
Yo, it's roid season, baby. Yeah.
No, so now Shuri is now the Black Panther and Queen.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Goodness. Let's talk about one more thing, and then we can get to our final prediction, final rating, and everything, and our final thoughts.
Okay.
Let's talk about the final scene,
Okay.
the final battle scene. Sorry, battle scene. Actually, do you know what? Let's talk briefly about the battle scene, and then I want to talk about the post-credit scene
Oh,
Okay.
because I think that's more important than we realize.
Yeah.
Okay, so
100%.
so final battle. It's on water. Like, you know, like the Wakandans bring like their big like battleship in.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Invisible at first.
dude, it's so cool. It's actually
Yeah.
really cool. And you know, what's the Namor's people called?
Atlanteans.
The Talakan.
Talukan.
Talakan. They know they're climbing up of this battleship thing and they fight on top of it. It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's CGI is really good too. And mid battle, Shuri and Namor they have a plan. So Riri and Shuri had a plan. They isolate him from the water because you know he's obviously like a fish person. So
Yeah, they figured out that
Yeah.
he gains a lot of his power from
being
wet,
being wet, being moist.
very moist.
Moist.
So they captured him, put him into one of the
Dehydrate.
the
Dehydrator.
Dehydrator.
one of their planes, and then they just locked him in there, and it was some heat into the plane, trying to bring him to a desert. And then there's a lot of cool like battle scenes on the ship, and then I don't even know, like
Yeah.
I really like the Jabari, by the way.
Yeah.
I really,
Yeah.
they're my favorite. Like M'Baku's, he's probably my favorite character for some reason.
Yeah.
Are you guys vegetarians?
No.
Are you?
Are you?
You definitely. I saw you eat chicken today.
I'm not a vegetarian.
I was like vegan for a day.
Like,
I'm kidding.
I
I'm
like
kidding.
to eat.
Yeah. So
Anyways.
so Shuri takes Namor to like this island, and she beats him. Dude, she
Yeah.
freaking burns him with the jets from the crashed ship.
Yeah.
that fight scene was brutal.
That was
can,
very
can we
brutal.
talk about that for a sec?
Dude.
Holy
Oh,
crap.
she got stabbed.
She got stabbed. I thought she was gone,
she's
bro.
gone, yeah.
I mean, honestly, she probably should have been after that
Yeah.
because she.
Dude, no
she-
way she just like walked away.
She just
no way
walked
she
right
walked
through
away.
it.
Like vibranium's cool and all, but it can't heal that kind of crap. If like I don't know what that suit has.
Literally,
but
it's right
still,
here.
it was,
Like right in the
there.
stomach. No way, bro.
Those
no way
roids,
she's
those roids can't do it, bro.
ancestral roids. Get me some of
ancestral
those.
roids. Dang,
Yeah. So
Gwen Stacy needs those.
oh. I don't think they fixed broken necks.
Well, they work miracles, obviously. Andrew Garfield coming back like, all right, where is it?
Where's the roids?
Where's the roids? Where's
They
the
beat
roids?
Namor. She beat Namor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she beat Namor, and this is the one thing I didn't like. This is why it's a 9 out of 10 instead of a 10 out of 10.
Whoa, not yet. Not yet.
What do you mean? What do you mean not yet?
Yeah, she get to the ranking
Don't rate the
after.
ratings yet.
No, oh yeah, my bad. Well, okay, whatever. So she's like, well, what was she make? She was like, oh, because she was angry because previously with Killmonger, she was gonna kill him,
Yeah.
but then she did this flashback of like her mom saying these words of like listening to her,
Like show them who you are,
yeah,
or something like
show
that.
them who you
something
are.
like that.
Yeah, the cliche.
Yeah.
And she has to kill him, and she's like, we have to team up.
I didn't like that part either.
I didn't like it.
I think it was really quick.
It was
Yeah.
no, it shouldn't have happened in the first place. She stabbed him. She set him on fire. No, he stabbed her. She set him on fire. How are you best friends now?
And the other thing with it is
So
like
stupid.
it felt a little bit like lazy writing compared to the rest of the movie because there was nothing before to really hint at this. Like we saw her going on like this dark spiral. There wasn't really any other kind of character. I guess like M'Baku, but he not really. Like he was just kind of like her lapdog a little bit. I felt there wasn't really anything kind of pushing her to consider like, oh gosh, I might be completely wrong here and I can't be going out for revenge. Like there was that little stint with
It was the
Michael
whole
B. Jordan.
like it was the whole scene of like showing
Yeah.
the Talokan people.
Yeah.
But that was just so quick. It was just
so
a
quick.
flashback.
Yeah.
You know? And she's like, no, I'm not gonna kill him.
And if you've ever been at that point of anger where you act impulsively and stupidly based off of, you know, like some really harsh emotions you're feeling, you know that you're not thinking right in that moment. And she had it, she had her like eyes set on murder that whole scene. So yeah, you know, it's interesting that that's the way that they decided to do it, I guess. And it was just kind of like, you know, there's nothing to do with Angela Bassett or anything that was, you know, if she had appeared to her or if, you know, there's even a scene of her like contemplating her memory or something, then that would have made a little more sense for this. But nothing like that happened. It was just like, oh, Angela Bassett's back. Oh, yeah, you know, she has to listen to her now.
Yeah.
Like, the heck? Oh,
It was
that's
yeah,
weird.
it's a cliche that I don't like.
It's a cliche, yeah.
Like that, like you're mid battle, you're about to like win or you're about to lose, and then like you hear like the motivation from your freaking parents or your dead grandma, and they're like, you can do this.
Now, what I hope they do is a what if where she doesn't do that. And
Yeah,
then
kill
we
him.
get to see what happens to the Black Panther after she murders.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be full with hate.
She's still going to be full of rage.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe, you know, if you know how what if went, maybe she'll be kind of like the next big threat for the multiverse.
Bum bum bum. Let's talk about the post grad scene.
They have a kid.
They had a kid.
They had a kid.
T'Challa has a kid.
And we clipped.
if you watched She-Hulk, Black Panther. I'm kidding. Okay.
I actually
Black
haven't
Panther.
seen She-Hulk.
Yeah, it's somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Yeah. So you know, post credit. Well, it's kind of a post credit scene / the end of the movie. Shuri, she goes to visit Nakia in Haiti. Because in the movie they set that up. Hey, you should come to Haiti after this, and she goes there, and there's a beautiful house on the beach. Beautiful, beautiful house. And Shuri's sitting on the beach. She burns the garments, the funeral garments from her mother's funeral, because they did that. They burned their garments from T'Challa's funeral, which I think they do actually do that at the cultures, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
That they actually address that. And you know, she's sitting there, and all of a sudden you see Nakia with a little boy, and you're like, wait, what? Who is that? And then she sits him down, and she's like, she's like, she doesn't say the kid's name right away. She's like, this is your auntie Shuri. And then
The what?
And then we're like, excuse me? Sorry, one more time? And it turns out that T'Challa and Nakia had a little boy
Whose name is T'Challa?
whose name is T'Challa, and who is actually the king now. Is he king? He's
Not
king.
technically. I think because there's a certain age
Oh, man.
when you get to become like king or
Oh,
whatever.
okay, so he's like prince.
Yeah.
Bet. Okay, so yeah, they have a kid. And the look on Shuri's face. It's funny. The first thing she said is, did my mother meet him?
Yeah.
And she did. Confirmed. Very nice moment. Very, very nice moment. And I thought this is really powerful. Because Shuri, when is the final battle, thought she lost everything.
Yeah.
Thought she lost, her brother, her father, her mother. Only like a span of 5 years?
Yeah.
Turns out that this is what she was
Also,
fighting for.
She lost her whole country too, with half of her country.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
In that time.
This is what she was fighting for. This is why she did the thing she did. This is the motivation.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
It's too much.
no, so sad.
Now, what's also interesting about this is actually one of the original scenes that they kept from the scripts.
God bless. Good job, Ryan Coogler.
'Cause it was always the intention for T'Challa to have a kid and for the kid to show up in this movie. But they had to repurpose the scene, obviously, because they can't do T'Challa or whatever. Yeah, so it was a pretty great way of doing it. What did you think, Jerome?
I thought it was amazing. me personally, when it comes to movies, like it's hard for me to get very, very emotional. That hit right in the heart. Like I was so close to start crying. I felt a tear, and I just let it flew, and like it was flowing
Let it
down my
go.
face. I was like, you know what? I'll let it happen this time. But the kid was so adorable. He was so cute. Like it was perfect.
It was like, hey,
Yeah.
auntie.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm T'Challa, and I'm like, ah! Oh my
Like the name of
heart.
T'Challa?
Oh my
He's
gosh.
adorable.
Which
And
I think
then-
also kind of answers the other question of like, do we have to recast T'Challa or
Nope.
can we just make another
No.
T'Challa?
Oh.
Fixed. Got a new one.
Yeah. And they can still use many of like the Black Panther storylines if they choose to have Shuri put down the mantle. I hope she's Black Panther for a while. She kind of rocked it.
She deserves to be.
She deserves to be. But if for whatever reason, you know, they want to do more T'Challa storylines, Shuri has a lot of storylines I hope they explore. But if they do, like, they can now.
Yeah. It was an amazing way to tie the movie all together.
Yeah.
I think this movie was amazing.
Now it literally is Wakanda Forever.
It is Wakanda
is.
Forever.
Let's freaking
Let's
go.
freaking go.
go.
Let's go.
Also, sorry, the camera died a long time ago. I don't know when it died, but yeah, rip. Okay.
I want to talk about one more thing.
Okay.
This is the arc of Black Panther. So Black Panther as a character, in my mind, is similar to like Captain America, where it's like, you know, you have Captain America, but there's multiple people as Captain America.
Yep.
And I think that's kind of how they put it out in like the first movie of like, okay, Black Panther, but this is like another Black Panther and all that stuff. Yeah. So anyway, I thought it was pretty interesting how the whole story arc behind Black Panther as a character is a tragedy if you think about it. Now, obviously, you know, an unescapable tragedy. But if you look at Shuri's Black Panther right now, you know, she kind of like her dad died, who was obviously like the Black Panther there. And then
Her brother died.
her brother died.
Took the
And, you know,
mantle.
in the first movie, she's like this kid, you know, she's like that playful little sister.
Sneakers.
You know, what are those? Sneakers.
Sneakers.
All that stuff.
Literally died.
And, you know,
Did he freeze?
in a way, it almost kind of felt like she lost a bit of like her childhood innocence.
Yeah.
And she kind of, kind of takes.
We're going deep now.
She's
Go
forced.
deeper.
She's forced to take this mantle. She doesn't want it, but she knows she has to if the people of Wakanda are going to survive. Like the whole movie, she's reluctant to take it, right? And to me, it was so beautiful seeing like, you know, this is the MCU Black Panther, someone who was like this fun, playful child dealing with the death of her father, and now she can't take the death of her brother. She saw him go through the trial. She was totally on board with him. And now she kind of has to rise up and do this thing, which to me is just like, bro, I love Black Panther. I love how they're able to kind of do that with the storytelling.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Like Black Panther is a tragic character. And
Black Panther is Black Panther because that Black Panther died. And now that Black Panther is that Black Panther because that Black Panther died. My logic made sense. In
Yeah.
my head it did.
And, you know, the Black Panther we're getting now is like a more, you know, a kid who is forced to grow up. And I think for a lot of kids, you know, like even as a kid myself, I've went through a crap ton of tragedy, and you're kind of forced to mature and grow up in that. And
You're forced into a bigger role
you're forced
because
into
you
a
have to fill
bigger
a
role.
role.
Exactly.
Bro.
Which
Bro.
to me was like the part that stuck out and I was able to relate with Shuri's character. And I'm sure many other people have been able to do that as well. Because, you know, you kind of just see these things and it's just like, you know, this is my Black Panther now.
Wakanda.
Nothing against Chadwick Boseman and his Black Panther. I thought, you know, I was really happy with how he was playing him. But it was just like, yeah, this is like, it hits on a whole deeper level. And, you know, she's kind of like a tragic character put next to like, you know, Spider-Man, who we have as a very tragic character now. He had to make that ultimate hero sacrifice at the end of No Way Home. Well, not the ultimate one, but like a very close to ultimate one.
Yeah.
And that was just like,
For sure.
yeah, what a lot of people recognize. I don't know. What did you guys think? What do you guys think about Black Panther as a character outside of, you know, T'Challa and Shuri and all that?
For me, I feel like Black Panther is what's the word? It's not as important as the person behind the mask. I think that the characters behind the mask are more interesting, more important than like
The one who's wearing.
the one who's
The one
wearing
who's
it.
wearing it.
I mean, that's most characters, honestly.
Yeah.
But especially for this, because this is a rite of passage. This is passing the mantle. When Iron Man dies, who's the next Iron Man?
Yeah.
Really, who's the next Iron Man? Captain America dies. Who's the next Captain America? It's not the Falcon. Trust me. I mean, it is, but it's not.
Yeah.
Be- But like,
It's like
you know,
they're carrying on the mantle and the legacy, but they're different.
They're different.
They're different. It's not
Different
like
problems.
you know, that's pretty much even what Falcon and the Winter Soldier was about. It was like, you know, you don't have, you have like a black guy as Captain America. What's that going to look like?
yeah,
Instead
Yeah.
of like blonde hair, blue eyes, Steve Rogers. And then, you know, in this case, you kind of have like the next Black Panther is this very traumatized, like, black woman. And obviously, you know, it's Wakanda. So like all the Black Panthers are black, but still you get my point. It's just like what all the stuff that she's carrying, right? And it's like, yeah, you know, I see what you mean. Like that kind of makes the character and like their whole, even though they're carrying along like the legacy, it's different. It's not the same.
yeah. Maybe for some characters in the MCU, they never take off the mask.
Yeah.
The mask, quote unquote. Thor's Thor.
Yeah.
You know, Rocket Raccoon's Rocket Raccoon. But the person like Black Panther is it's the hero, but you don't really see the person behind the mask.
Black Panther is like a symbol.
Yes, sorry, symbol. That's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was looking for a word.
I got you.
He got me.
Same wavelength.
Yeah, there you go. So, guys, final ranking. Like, okay, let's talk. Okay, number 9, something out of 10. Something out of 10. No point. I have to go with no 0.5s.
Okay.
No 0.5s. I know. Actually, no. Maybe yeah, 0.5s. I know what your scores. Maybe yeah. We'll do 0.5s.
What about point other things?
Fine. You can go like 0.75, 0.25. Sure, I don't care. And then I want you to tell me where it is in like your MCU ranking. Like I want like in between two movies. So like yeah. So actually no, Ashton and I we did our list today. So we actually have like tier
No, I
tier
know
lists.
I didn't find a tier list with Wakanda Forever on it yet because it's still new. But
Yeah.
I know where I'm gonna put it.
So yeah, actually, we'll post these on our Instagram.
Yeah, we
We'll
will.
post the tier list on Instagram. We're with Wakanda Forever. We can Photoshop it in. We can figure out a way. Yeah. So Jerome, we'll start with you.
Okay.
Out of 10, where's it placed?
For me, it's top 10 for sure. I rank this at
Interesting.
I rank this at a 8.9. There were some things that I still had, you know, just minor things, whether it was like set details and all this other stuff that I had problems with. But I think I'm going to put it at number 7 in my top 10.
Which is between.
So my favorite Marvel movie, I'll just run through it quickly, is Iron Man, then Spider-Man No Way Home, then Infinity War, Endgame, Captain America the Winter Soldier, Captain America Civil War, and then we have Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Okay.
And then after that is like Ragnarok, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Galaxy 2. That's kind of like top 10.
Okay. What about you, Jerome?
So when we were reviewing this and talking about it with you three, us three, so I originally gave it a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
I thought it was a goated movie.
No movie is 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I know, but now I think about it. Now when I think about it, is I think I would give it a 9 out of 10. I think I'll give it a 9 out of 10. When I rethink about it, I think some parts were, in my opinion, very slow. I think that's why it just takes away a point in that. Other than that, it was just overall really, really good. I don't really have a list. I wasn't prepared for a list, but
All good.
I'll put it top, at least top 10. Top, at least top. It's definitely a 100% in top 15, and not lower than that. But
It's only like 20 something.
yeah,
We're almost
but
at 30.
almost 30. But I think it was a really good movie. Overall, really, really good movie. What about you, Nat?
So I'm trying to think. Okay, so for me, it's an 8.65.
Wow.
Yeah. Like obviously I love this movie, but like there were some problems with it. I wish I had more Namor. I buys the conflict at the end with them, like teaming up. Guys, Disney is scared of killing people. Let's be real. They're scared of killing people. And I.
When they can make bank.
The one of the things in comics is someone like dies, and then that gives you like motivation to read the next issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, like really, like when Gwen Stacy died in the comics, that was the biggest thing. Literally the biggest thing.
When Robin died.
When Robin died, exactly. When Nightwing died, yeah. Dude, when Superman died, that was huge.
When Batman
That
died.
happens.
That happens, guys. Disney, why are you scared? Mickey Mouse is dead. Okay, so yeah, I put it like 8.65.
Okay.
Now, okay, so you guys know I don't like the first one. So the first Black Panther is like at the bottom half for me. I'm looking at Ashton's list. I'm trying to rearrange like in my head where would it go. It's not the top 10 for me. It's mid, like high mid though.
High mid.
Like so, I would put it right in between. So it's gonna go. You guys are gonna hate me for this. It's gonna go Multiverse of Madness.
Okay.
Wakanda Forever,
Oh, interesting.
and then Shang-Chi.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
So kind of.
I'm a horror guy.
Yeah.
What can I say?
That's fair.
What can I say?
Yeah.
I mean, Sam Raimi's a horror director.
It's true. And he's a Spider-Man. That's my childhood.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair.
Dude, hit up. Ash is the one where you're like, Ash is like the safe pick guy. I'm the hot takes guy. People know this.
Hey, I don't know. I've said some really weird things before too.
I know.
Just not as hot as this guy.
I bet his favorite
someone.
movie is Thor: Dark of the World.
Me? Dark is the World. It's got the Dark World, first of all.
It's my least
And
favorite. It's the worst.
no, that's my least favorite one. That's bottom. I've seen, when that movie come, like 2013?
I don't even remember.
It doesn't really matter. I saw that movie opening day in the theater, and that was the last time I saw it. I never rewatched it.
Horrible.
Because you don't need to.
You don't need to.
I was like, what, a teen at that time, and even I knew it was bad. See, we're snobby movie guys, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I get why people love like these movies so much, but like, this movie specifically, but like every list is going to be different. No list is going to be the same.
Yeah.
And guys, for the last time, just because I don't like Black Panther, it doesn't mean I'm racist, guys.
He liked this one enough to put it just below Multiverse of Madness.
Just below and right above Shang-Chi. and then no, it goes Eternals and then Multiverse of Madness. No, I'm kidding. I'm messing with you guys.
Wow.
That's too far.
Too far.
I believe I'm the biggest fan of the Eternals in the whole world, though.
I don't know. I actually quite enjoyed it.
More than me? Dude, I put it like Shang-Chi and then Eternals.
You enjoyed it more. Where did I put it? Actually, you'll have to look on our Instagram. But
Yeah, look at our IG, guys.
I'm gonna switch this actually.
Dude, no, I put Eternals in B tier.
You did, hey? I have it in C.
And then I have Wakanda in D.
Okay.
I'm kidding. No, I have in C.
Personally, I put Eternals in F tier.
And
That's fine. I
That's
respect
fine.
that.
Yeah.
It's not a great movie, but I think it's my type of movie. I like the slow burns. Like one of my favorite movies is what's it called Blade Runner 2049 and Blade Runner.
Oh,
Those are the slowest movies I know, man. The first like hour is just like,
even Batman was pretty slow.
oh, you're a robot. The Batman's really slow.
Yeah.
That was slow burn. That's good.
Yeah. Hey, the Godfather movies are slow burn. Have you seen the Godfather movies?
I have.
Dude, we gotta have you on more often. And that leads us to saying thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's been fun. We've been recording for just over an hour.
This
but
is.
thank you.
Wait, is this our first movie review with a guest? I'm trying to think.
No, we did Amsterdam with
Right,
Cass,
we did Amsterdam with Cass.
which was also a good
This
movie.
is our first Marvel movie review with a guest.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
You peaked.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Anything else? Any last comments? Anyone want to plug Jerome or what's going on here?
Check out Nerds and Flannel.
Oh, this guy.
So yeah, so we got to add a tally to his name.
Yeah.
So you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
So we know how many times you've been on. You've been on once. Also, do you want to come on a very special episode with us, like in a couple weeks?
Yes.
So
Sweet.
should we tease it? Want to
We
tease
should tease it.
Okay,
Let's tease it.
guys, we've been doing this podcast thing for 9 months, and we've done over.
You could have a baby in that time.
You could, and this podcast is our baby.
This podcast is our baby. We worked hard on it. You know, we've suffered through
Sleepless
nights, a lot of dietary changes.
Remember that one time I spent? Okay, it was what episode was it? I spent like 12 hours editing.
Yeah.
Because of issues we had. Oh, it was the girls
The
episode.
girls episode, yeah.
I spent 12 hours editing that one.
I spent like pretty almost.
We don't even get paid. We're not even monetized.
We don't even get paid.
It's a passion for us.
I spent like 24 hours on an episode that didn't even get released because friggin' OneDrive
Oh,
deleted
yeah.
it.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
we've
suffered.
We've lost episodes.
We've lost a ton.
And what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So in a couple of weeks, we're filming our very special 50th episode extravaganza. We're going to have like over a dozen guests
Let's
on
friggin'
the
go.
podcast. Yeah.
It's gonna be big.
It's going to be very big.
There might
And
be some new people, but you know, a lot of people.
We're going to
from
come on that
before,
episode?
Some people that you guys would.
so should we tell
listen
them what we're
to again.
doing or should we keep it a surprise? Or
We
give it...
should keep what we're doing a surprise.
Okay.
But I think, you know, the fact that we're getting ambitious with this one. This is by far the biggest episode we've done, I think.
It's logistically, I think Ashton's laptop's going to explode.
Oh gosh. Well, time to clear off all the space.
Yeah, unless I get a new laptop within that time.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll figure
see.
it out.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
We're doing a lot for it. I'm really excited.
Everyone's favorite guest, Cass, is going to be on.
Hey,
Let's go,
let's
Cass.
go.
And
Jerome.
Jerome's going to be on there.
Now we know that. Yeah, there will be a few new people to meet, and it's gonna be great.
Oh, I really want to give a sneak peek. Can I give a sneak peek without like giving anything away?
Yeah, sure.
I'm
It's
trying
our
to think.
podcast.
It's going to be, it's a team-based podcast.
Yes.
It's a team-based podcast. That's all I'm going to
Yes.
say. And someone's going to get a gift card. We don't know who,
We
but
don't
someone's
know
going to
who,
get a
but there's
gift card.
steaks.
There's steaks?
There's steaks.
Like food?
Not food.
How do you guys like your steak? I like it like medium rare, like Neomar was. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I like it lightly toasted, like Namor was.
Well done. Like Namor, wasn't it?
Oh, I was gonna make a really bad joke, but I'm not going to now. Wait, no. Well done, like Anakin Skywalker.
This man just likes his steak charred. He likes it well.
No,
even
overcooked is the
below
younglings.
Well done. And cut into little bits.
It's steak tartare. All right, guys. Until next time, I'm Nat.
And I'm Ashton.
And we are the Nerds in
Peace.